Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Alexio Aditya from class 954. Today I'm gonna talk about reading. I never forget the first time I met our contact from Retrolink, one of our top 5 customers. I traveled to the office to meet him in person, talk about the history of our companies together, and define a shared vision for future cooperation. And I wanted to focus on building a good relationship with him, which would be a good foundation for working together. So when we met, I wanted to make a good impression and also show him respect. I greeted him with a handshake and addressed him by his short name. When I put my hand out, I realized he had been moving in to give me a hug. So we did an awkward mixture of the two. Also, where I greeted him by his short name, he responded politely. So he used my first name. It was all a little uncomfortable. In this situation, I guess I made assumption about the level of formality he expected, even though he had never met me before. He knew our two companies had been doing business with each other for years, and he wanted to build on that history by less formal with me from the beginning. The real learning here for me was that I shouldn't assume we all have the same ideas about meeting people for the first time. B. I never worked with a photo team or an international project before. It was quite exciting, although also challenging to work with people from different countries, many of whom I would never actually get to meet in person. There was a lot of things that were different about working in the same place and same office, and it was quite challenging at the beginning. For example, there were different time zones, different IT systems, and even different local regulation, which impacted on what each person was allowed to or able to do for the project. There were also personal differences such as different way of working, approaches to deadlines, and when to reply to emails, and sure forget the fact that English was the project language and the most people on the team had to work in a language isn't their first. A positive of this was that it meant for everyone, including the native English speakers, had to make the effort to communicate clearly and clarify their own everyone else's understanding. To get all of to help us all get on the same page, we defined the communication norms and the rules the team will follow, as well as the meeting dates and deadline. We laid all this out in a document called a team or project charter. This was useful, and in the end, the project was great success. I'm looking forward to working on my next international project. C. I went through a bit of a rough patch last year at work. I was committed too much, and then we lost a team member, so restructuring, and I quickly became overloaded. This led me doing too much overtime and feeling very stressed. My boss was really helpful, and she pushed back against the unrealistic targets that had been set for our department. She also introduced me to SMART approach to goal setting. It's an acronym, SMART or SMART. You can use it to create goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. I use this approach to deal with all the things that were overloading me. It may help me to provide some tasks to do some later and to drop some completely. I often use this approach now and feel much more control in my time and workload. Have you missed a flight or had one cancelled? I did. It happened to me last week. My flight home from a activities was the last one. The date, and we were told it was going to be delayed. There's always a risk at the end of each day. The ground crew kept extending the delay until it eventually they canceled the flight completely. Then they told us to go back through the airport departures area to their agent who would organize hotel for everyone and rebook us on the following day. As soon as they made an announcement about the cancellation, I knew I had to think quickly as it would not be likely the flight would have capacity to take everyone. From my cancelled flight, I hurried back to the airport and was one of the first make it to the desk. That turned out to be a good idea as there were only 9 seats available on the flight the next morning. Everyone else had a different flight to the different airport and continued back to our destination airport in coaches. Lucky me, right? I think that's it. Hope it's useful. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.